Hi, Lou Manfredini, Aces Home Expert, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about top coating wood finishes. Really, we're going to talk about sheens, and this is really true when it comes to paint sheens as well. You know, you go to the hardware store and you pick out a color of paint, and somebody will say to you, well, what sheen do you want it in? And a lot of people don't know that that's kind of the shininess of the finish that you want. And that's true when it comes to top coating on finishes as well. Now, you have a lot of choices when it comes to this. So stay with me here. So you're staining something, right? Maybe it's a beautiful end table that you're going to stain with a beautiful oil-based stain. Now you need to top coat it, right? So typically you may choose something like a polyurethane. So the stain gives you that rich, deep color, but the polyurethane over the top gives you that protective coating over the top of it. And within that protective coating, you typically have a satin, right, which is kind of a duller color. They even make matte finishes, which is even more of a duller color, but it still gives you that protection, meaning that let's say you spill a glass of water or a glass of wine on there. That way you can just wipe it right up and it doesn't penetrate into the wood. And there's also semi-gloss and even high gloss, oil-based, right? Now they also make waterborne finishes as well. So the big difference is, you know, the oil, right, probably has a little bit of a smell to it, right? So you want to make sure you're using it in a well-ventilated area. The waterborne, it too has a smell, but it's a lower VOC, and it's much easier to use. You would use the waterborne finishes on like brighter colors and lighter woods to give you that protective film over the top. Now within all these products, all those different sheen levels, the shininess of the finish is what you need to choose, right? Typically people go with a semi-gloss, but maybe you prefer something with a more muted finish. You might choose a satin or even a matte. High gloss would be something if you really wanted to pop and grab the light. That's why you would choose a high gloss finish. Now keep in mind that whether you're using an oil-based stain or a waterborne stain, you can use either one of these as a top coat. I would caution you on the oil base. If it's a bright color, what can happen to oil over time is that it can amber a little bit, and it might be noticeable on that brighter color where it wouldn't be as noticeable, say, if it was over a stained product. So the polyacrylic, the one that's waterborne like this, isn't going to give you that amber, and it's going to maintain that finish, and it's very, very durable. Actually, you know, the acrylics that are in these polyacrylics, it's almost harder than the oil, the traditional oil finish. So this is a really good choice. Okay, if you're top coating an outdoor project, say an Adirondack chair or the exterior door, you want to look at something like this spar urethane. This is available in both oil and waterborne, and it has different sheen levels, the shininess of it, right? Satin, semi-gloss, high gloss. You put this on an exterior surface of something that's going to be outside. It has UV inhibitors. Remember, it's the sun that really beats up on wood on the outside, not the rain. But this gives you that protective coating to protect it from the water, of course, but from the damages that the UV does to the wood. It's a terrific product to use to put that top coat on exterior projects. Coming up next, my video on how to choose a stain.